Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. As we begin a very stormy morning, well, the storms have passed, but the damage left behind is throughout the area as we watch all of this. Areas in southern Lauderdale County and into northern Clark County, Harmony area, a lot of damage. We'll go over what we know here in a few moments. We do have a few closings. Quitman School District is closed. Southeast and Clarkdale are closed. And Enterprise will have a delayed opening this morning if you're just waking up, seeing what all happened last night. Fortunately, no major injuries that we're aware of. I do know that a fireman was injured in Clark County as everything began to work last night. They fell. I think they're going to be okay, but there was a fireman that was injured there, a volunteer fireman. Thoughts with him as he recovers from this. We'll go over what we know, and we'll have the morning show at 7, go into a lot more detail at 7 o'clock beginning then as we begin this day. If you've got a road closing that you've run up on, please put it in the comments so others can see this, so where they come along, they won't run into it as well. We had, there's an accident on Gene Carr Road in Lauderdale County, the 5400 block of it. The vehicle wrecked right off the side of the road, and no one was in it. We have emergency officials there. They're going to be towing that out. No one on the scene, so apparently they wrecked and then got a ride or walk to wherever they were going. We have had numerous things happen along the interstate. Mississippi Highway Patrol has been busy. The Clarkdale area hit heavy with tree damage across roads. So we got a lot of people that are out. If you have volunteer firemen that work for you, especially in that southern Lauderdale County and Clark County, Clarkdale area, Harmony, probably going to be late for work this morning. They're helping so many people can't get out. So they're working on that. We'll be right back with more updates as this, and we'll look at some of the storm damage reports that we know of this morning. We'll do that next as we begin the day. Let's go out to Collinsville now.
I love the story of Moses and what his life teaches about knowing God, living for God, and leading. One of my favorite passages about Moses is in Exodus 33. In verse 12, Moses says to the Lord, "You have been telling me, lead these people, but you have not let me know whom you will send with me." In verse 14, God replies, "My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest." My favorite part about this interaction between Moses and God is in verse 15 and 16, where Moses says to God, "If your presence does not go with us, do not send us up from here. How will anyone know that you are pleased with me and with your people unless you go with us? What else will distinguish me and your people from all the other people on the face of the earth?" Moses' greatest concerns were the favor of God and God's people being distinguished from everyone else. We can all relate to that, right? We should all desire for God to be pleased with us and for the world to see that we're different because of the presence of God in our lives. Sometimes we need a little help understanding what matters most. Look into God's Word. You'll find all that you need. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Welcome back. A very long night for many who were up trying to get power restored. We have a huge power outage still this morning. We'll look at that here in just a moment. First, I want to show you radar of what we can look at on a map. And this is going to be most likely two different tornadoes that did do some damage. Preliminary looks to be tornado damage. We'll learn more from the National Weather Service as the day begins. As we pull up Honda Meridian radar, we show here, let's look at, as I mentioned, southern Lauderdale County. Let's start here in Newton and work our way across to show you some of these things. In Newton County, trees down along Highway 80 between Hickory and Newton. Several of those were reported last night. We got pictures of those up. Also, tree blown down on Rose Hill Road near Hickory. As you get into Lauderdale County, as we look here, we had 56-mile-an-hour gusts measured at Key Field last night. And again, over in Jackson, there at the airport, they had gauged it at 100 miles an hour last night. So we were fortunate on that it had calmed down when it got here. Numerous damage reports there. Significant damage to a house near the Zero community. The power meter was ripped off, cars were damaged, livestock pens were damaged, and trees were blown down. That was sent in by social media to the National Weather Service as well. As we get out here, a tree was blown down on Gene Carr Road. And this may be what I mentioned a moment ago. I think it may be. Yeah, this is about the same location as to where the car accident was found just a little bit ago. And again, as they got there, it was a tree down that someone had struck run off the road. No one was there. Most likely they walked away from that and went wherever there. Zero community had damage as we get here. And let's go ahead and just glance down in the Stonewall area here. We have a tree down on River Road. Let's see, we had a little bit up here by Enterprise here. A tree fell on an 18-wheeler at the Interstate 59 exit ramp at 137 last night also. Harmony, this is one of the hard-hit area right in here on Harmony area there in Clark County. I got numerous reports of damage there last night and this morning. Now, as we'll get into all of this breakdown a little bit deeper at 7 o'clock when the morning show begins to get everybody updated on that. But again, let me recap of what we do know. We have Clarkdale that's going to be closed today. We have Southeast that is going to be closed in Quitman School District. And if I'm not mistaken, they're going to be 2-hour delay. Let me make sure I'm right here. When it comes to Enterprise, I believe it's 2 hours. I'll double check myself. We'll pull this up here. I got it in front of me if I can operate myself here. 2-hour delay. Here it is from Clarkdale today. So they'll be starting just a little bit later than about 10 o'clock. They'll be opening up school there. So make plans, and that's a way to handle that this morning as you're out and about there. Odie and also Greg are out busy. I know that they were working in the Clarkdale area the last time I spoke to them. A lot of damage out there, a lot of trees down where you couldn't get into town there on 145. So they're working on getting all that cleaned up. I've gotten messages from a lot of people that said, I'm basically trapped. I can't get out. So if you have somebody that works for you this morning that's running late, check on them. If you know somebody that works in the Clarkdale and also in the southern Lauderdale County and Clark County, if they work for you, check on your people. See how they are, see if they can get out. They could be late for work. We'll be right back. We'll get into the forecast of what to expect over the weekend and the next few days. It's a quick, brief rundown of what we know so far. And again, we'll get deeper into this beginning at 7 o'clock. We'll be right back with more information.
The Preserve at Meridian is the premier senior living community in the Meridian area, offering independent living cottages, assisted living, and maintain their independence and pursue an engaging lifestyle with a robust activities calendar, personalized care programs, wellness activities, restaurant-style dining, and much more. Call or visit us online today at preserveatmeridian.com to schedule your personal tour.
Welcome back. I did have a lot of questions about Newton County schools. I have not gotten any reports of anything being closed in Newton County as of this morning, so it should be all go. I've sent a couple of messages out to Newton County, and I haven't gotten anything back major damage in that area, so that's good news. All right, as we get underway here, let's get into the forecast now and see what all it has to offer for us this morning as to what we've got happening with the weather. So you'll be set for everything.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Our record highs and record lows, we'll go back to 18 for a high of 91 today. It was 1906. We had that record low of 41. We're way away from that. We woke up this morning into the 70s. Hot, hot, hot for this time of year. Now, as we go here, we see that we've got 84 to 85 for a high today. We should see 82 to 3 there in the Philadelphia area. And a little bit cooler the further north you go. Down the Mississippi River, we should see somewhere anywhere from 80 to 84 degrees down in Natchez today. 1 or 2 degrees difference there as it moves across the state of Mississippi down the river. As we go across to Bama, we look to see 82, 83 Tuscaloosa area, and maybe somewhere around 79 to 80 there in Birmingham. Not bad at all, but showers drifting off to the east there, finally making their way out of here. Not so bad as we look at these temperatures. We don't have anything that's just jumping above average as we look at this, as we go into our 7-day forecast. Today, a little bit cooler than what we've had. 84 will be the high. Tomorrow, backing down to 81 for Saturday, 0% chance of rain. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Sunday as well. Now, this is where it gets kind of nasty. We'll get some nasty grams, I'm sure, next week. We have a 70% chance of thunderstorms on Monday, and a 60% chance on Tuesday. decreasing to a 30% there on Wednesday and 50% on Thursday. So we have a wet week ahead of us. Enjoy your weekend with that sunshine because it goes away coming up on Monday. Rain Monday through Thursday. Let's see what happens there. Scattered showers on Friday as well, a 58% chance. It looks like rain for each of those. By next weekend, we'll get a break there, and we'll be getting back to sunshine with a high of about 85. Those outdoor events that are happening Sunday as well, we'll get up to 85. And it'll take quite a while as we ease back up into the upper 80s as we get near the 24th of the month, getting near 88. That means we're getting near June, doesn't it? That usually means it's going to get hot. But mid-80s for most of the entire month. Now let's check out our fishing forecast of what we've got, what we're calling for today. Chet's Paint and Body tells us today it'll be great around 3 o'clock this afternoon to go. 3 to about 5 o'clock. That's what we're looking at. A minor time will be this morning from 7 until 9. Maybe not such a good time to get out due to the fact we've got all of this tree damage around. We'll watch it, and again, we'll be checking back in with Odie and Greg and find out where things are throughout the area, what the progress is this morning. All that's up and coming. We'll get deeper into the forecast and everything coming up at 7 o'clock. Again, a recap of what's closed today. Clarkdale, also southeast, and then Quitman School District is closed, and a delayed start of 2 hours for the Enterprise School District. That's what we have at this point. We don't have any businesses that are closed. We haven't been notified anything of that. We may have some people that are late due to roads not being able to get around it. We've got volunteer firemen out in southern Lauderdale County and in the northern and western side of Clarkdale, Clark. All of those areas, Harmony hit hard there. We'll be right back. Kicking off live at 7 o'clock. Won't you join us? We'll see you then.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.